Do I have that proper volley technique?
Yeah, I did actually have to ask that question because I haven't seen my volleys in such a long time. So, this is what I want to talk about today. The video that you just saw was a video of me and Matthew practicing volley to volley around the service line. And volley exchanges are something that don't occur often in singles, but it's still a very good skill to have just to have that reaction, and it's also something that will happen in higher level doubles, especially as you learn to come into the net more and take control of the point. So what I want to do is we're going to go through the video and I'm going to point some things out and hopefully they can help you too. So the first thing I want you guys to notice is my split step. The split step is a little bit abbreviated compared to maybe a split step at the baseline or if I had more time, but I still have to incorporate the split step when possible just so I have that twitch reaction time, especially when the volley is going that fast. So try to notice how I'm getting prepared for these volleys. When I want my racket in a certain place, I'm not going to just use my hand and get it there. It's going to be shoulders and feet, whether it's like a slight turn or a pivot or like a step with whichever way you're going. But it's a common myth that you're not going to turn your shoulders on a volley because you want to keep your racket out in front. You can still turn and have your racket in front. But of course, there are some instances where you won't be able to turn. Like in a lot of fast volley situations, if you read it wrong, you just have to get your racket there, and that's the most important thing. But other situations are also if the ball is right at your chest and you're just blocking this way, you don't always necessarily have time to turn and get out of the way of the ball. But for the most part, if you can, it's actually quicker to get your racket where you want it with your body and your hand. So like straight like this versus using your wrist and opening, changing your racket face, because that also affects the consistency a lot if you're using your hand to change the racket face versus just getting your shoulder there. It's a lot more solid this way. So the next thing I want you guys to notice is the step size. The step size is going to be proportional to what kind of ball you're getting and how you want to hit the ball. So you can see in some of the shots where I'm really stepping in because I have the time to do it and I can generate more pace that way. And there are some balls where I have to react really quick and there's enough pace on the ball, so my step size is small and I'm just kind of bracing myself for impact. But I still try to make that step right as I hit, or my foot will hit the ground like around when I make contact or a little after I make contact, just so there's that momentum going into the ball. Because when you step, there's going to be like a little bit momentum regardless of how big the step size is. And you guys are going to see that when I don't have as much time, I'm still trying to get that foot down, kind of just to brace myself, as I said before. So one last thing I want to point out is the racket face. As the ball like speeds up and you guys start being able to volley harder and harder, you'll find it more consistent if you're able to start with the correct racket face and keep it there as long as you can, just so you're not carving the ball as much. Because when the ball goes at really fast speeds, you want to keep your contact point consistent, right? You want to keep the path the same as not to carve the ball too much. Of course, there are certain situations where you're going to want to hit spin, and the more skilled you get, the more you're going to be able to manipulate the ball. But even at the top level, when they're having these fast drive volley exchanges, the racket face is very, very solid. This just helps consistency and ball speed, because balls coming, you don't need to kill, unless you want to kill the speed of the ball. If you want to just drive the volley back, it's easier just to start with the right face and keep it there. Because if you're like this and this, it creates a lot of excess movement for quick volley exchanges, and that's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough on you to be consistent with that.
Alright.
Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed that analysis of volleys in that situation. I try my best to put out content that I know works with competitive players. I'm a certified USPTA coach, and I also am an assistant coach at Claremont McKenna College. So I try to put out stuff that I know will work in matches, and try to get you guys some of the insider info of someone who's done a lot of research and played a lot of high-level tennis himself. So thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and turn the notification bell on. Peace out.